What School Won't Tell You, Episode 3. Hey guys, you've probably followed our first 2 episodes with great interest. I guess many facts were news to you. In time, we'll bring you new topics of interest. One such topic is the worldwide use of the peace symbol as shown. From now on, stop using the symbol. Just don't do it. What school won't tell you is the widely unknown fact that this symbol signifies the exact opposite of peace. It stands for death, unrest, murder and manslaughter, terror, war, hatred, and lack of harmony.
Well, that don't add up.
Whoa, seriously? Is what you're probably thinking right now. Every single peace movement keeps using it, so isn't this symbol by default a display of peace? Well, unfortunately not, as you're about to find out. But first, let's get into the history of the symbol. The false peace symbol initially appeared in 1958 when the British artist Gerald Holtom first designed it. He wanted to create a symbol for nuclear disarmament and chose to combine the letters N and D of the wigwag system. The symbol has been prominently displayed during the annual Easter marches, at rallies against nuclear arming, and throughout all kinds of peace movements. Unfortunately, the artist was initially unaware that his so-called peace symbol did indeed achieve the opposite effect. He just wasn't familiar with the age-old symbols of death and destruction, which bear a striking resemblance to his creation, which in turn also fuels death and destruction. So what do these fateful symbols look like? They are the so-called runes of death, which look very much like the peace symbol. Another example is the inverted forked cross, which is also known as the Neocross. Supposedly, the Apostle Peter has been crucified with his head down on such a Neocross. As you can see, these symbols have been linked to death throughout history and have imprinted themselves in the collective consciousness of mankind. So how is one to counter this false peace symbol? Easy fix. Just use the one and only true peace symbol. Okay, so what does it look like? Let's think about this for a minute. The negative must be turned around, which means the false peace symbol must be turned upside down, so the forks or tree branches, if you will, are pointing up. We get the tree of life, which shows the energy flow from bottom to its top. The symbol's actual value has been inverted and significantly improved. A true universal peace symbol should both include and emit harmony, balance, tolerance, equivalence, and all positive aspects of life. Such a symbol is the spiritual teaching Peace Symbol by Billy Edward Albert Meier. As you may well remember from episode 1, Billy is the man responsible for the UFO controversy in his 70s, which he triggered through his contact with the extraterrestrial race from the Plejaren. This was also the start of the global peace mission. The Plejaren, their federation, and like-minded individuals on Earth hold regular peace meditations since then. In closing, it should be noted that Holtom realized the negative influence the despair his peace symbol signifies, which prompted him to turn it upside down himself. On his tombstone, he wanted the upside-down peace symbol engraved. Unfortunately, his wish has been ignored. People all over the world have figured out that the peace symbol needs to be turned upside down to achieve its effect. By spreading that information, they create a little more peace in the world. Salome, peace, And until next time when we once again reveal what school won't tell you.